Vandel Savage is often seen as one of DC's greatest villains. Man who's been through it all and seen it all, making him a grand strategist and mastermind. One small issue though, Vandel would have really bad memory cognition, being super old. This isn't something I'd think of being 12, first seeing Vandel Savage as the head of an ultra-secret organization light into show Young Justice. But really getting to understand people, it's very unlikely someone would get like that, at least on the villain side, even if there are more moderate versions of Savage. Now, none of us really have a framework of someone who is thousands of years old, though I do believe in Jesus. But using the frame of reference of people that I know of, some people have bad memory. I've seen people who are even young adults and they still have bad memory, as well as plenty of people in their 50s or 60s who are still easily forgetful. Granted, there are always tricks to help improve memory, and I'd have theories of how immortals work, but a Vandel is very unlikely. But there could be tricks. A tool that is often key with retaining memory cognition is social interaction. Have a good buddy at your side. You or them could be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Why else do you think in the Bible the first story is Adam and Eve? As God's first angels did use each other to remember. Okay, enough Bible. But I do think that would be key. And I think Young Justice sort of gets that his interactions are pivotal in the choices he makes. His backstory being explored also happened in the later seasons, which shows that the show did mature as it went along. His first long-standing dynamic is with all people Clarion. Vandel literally just made a village of metahumans, then got bored and left. Then again, he's already 40,000 years old, so he's probably used to it. Then he comes back to see Clarion kills them all, leading Bro to get slaughtered 300 different ways. Just ouch. Then when things settle down, they strike a truce, see new potential as well as preventing this guy from slaughtering more. So not an empathetic connection, quite the opposite in fact, but one that sticks within a 1,000-year bet. Getting to Light, it turns out Vandel basically formed a modern-day version of Light with Ra's al Ghul, another long liver, but to a smaller extent being like 600 years old. It's funny to think that Vandel would have this connection with Ra's as another sort of immortal. Even after Ra's left the Light, Vandel's like, you go hop on my war world while the world's ending, if you like. Having this established lore helps to make this Vandel feel a little more tangible. Vandel's overall a confusing character, with confusing relationships, especially with his children. Sometimes he joins the Nazis. I like a version in Justice League Unlimited, where we see him at the end of time, and he just doesn't know what to do with himself. I don't know, some more reading. Going to old Invincible. The Immortal is an interesting character, being if Vandel was more sympathetic, yet also more pathetic. One point there's a future version of him that goes mad and wishes he could die. I like this bit where it shows he doesn't even remember Kate, centuries of outliving wives, and that is why you do it like the Hawks and have two sets of immortals bounce off each other. I did this pitch for Vandel way back, like his origins being a caveman, and I had him particularly driven by his love for his old daughter way back, who's the only person to get on his wavelength during time. I didn't have the same mindset back then, but I did think it was a nice anchoring idea. Anyway, what are your takes on the too old caveman? Interesting dude all around. Anyway, cheers.